Welcome you back to Black Site Tonight. We're going to talk about black workers and unemployment. Black workers in the United States account for 90% of the recent rise in unemployment. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. This is a shocking report that of all the people losing jobs, in a certain period of time, 90% of them are African American. That means they were already prepared for the Supreme Court to shoot down affirmative action. I'm telling black people, tough times are coming for us. They're going to be laying us off by not the thousands, but the millions. I want you to listen to the unemployment report, and I'm gonna read partially of the article.
And we had that blowout ADP number yesterday, so this is quite a surprise. Private payrolls, 149,000. That would compare with that 497,000 that ADP found because they measure private payrolls. Manufacturing up 7. That's a change from a negative number the month before. And the unemployment rate does fall back to 3.6%, which is what had been forecast. It is a little unusual to see unemployment dropping when we are waiting for the Fed to keep raising interest rates to push it up. Average hourly earnings come in stronger than expected, a 0.4 gain for the month of June, and on a year-over-year basis, that puts it at 4.4%, which is not the direction the Fed was hoping for. That's up from 4.3% in the prior month. Here's the revisions. Last month, which was 339, now revised down to 306. So a little bit weaker for the last 2 months then, and the change in manufacturing payrolls, which was -2, is now -3. However, the average hourly earnings revised up for May to 0.4, and that put May at 4.4. So basically, we're unchanged between June and May. Negative 110,000 total revised jobs for April and May going into June. So what we're looking at is a little bit weaker than, a lot weaker than anticipated. And it's the first month in the last 15 that's come in below the economists' expectations.
All the way back to the March report of last year, which we got in April of last year.
No, the April numbers were revised down from 294,000 to 217,000, down 77,000, and then May down 33,000. We mentioned that. So you see from April, May, and June, a weaker labor market than people thought. So this is probably going to have an effect on the Fed, even if the average hourly earnings are not specifically changed. Not much change in terms of the unemployment rate. While it did go down, we saw 273,000 new jobs in the household survey, and unemployment fell by 140,000. So we've sort of reversed what happened last month when we went up to 3.7. So this is all going to raise the questions of soft landings and things like that if we continue in this area. I might mention that construction hiring up 23,000. So the home builders are really keeping the economy going. The other big employer was government. Government was up 60,000 on the month, and little change, a gain of 21,000 for leisure and hospitality. The BLS puts it as little change, but that compares with 232,000 in that ADP report. So
now let's read parts of the article. The unemployment rate for African Americans jumped for a second straight month in June as workers left the workforce amid early signs of a cooling labor market. That cooling has been uneven. The number of unemployed African Americans has increased by 267,000 since April, meaning they account for close to 90% of the 300,000 increase in overall joblessness during that period. Black unemployment rose to 6%. Now, you have to remember the unemployment rate is at 3.6, the highest since August, and was once again nearly double that of white workers, whose rate fell to 3.1%, a labor market report showed Friday. This is a sign that we're ready to go through a huge unemployment crisis. And a lot of these companies that hired you as a diversity inclusive hire are going to lay you off. We're going back to the old days. First hired, last fired. And you know who was hired last. We're going to go through some difficult times. We're back to double the rate of white workers. Their unemployment rate went down while ours skyrocketed up. They are not going to show us any sympathy, especially coming up to the elections. Let me tell you something. When you vote blue and you stay blue, those people who run these corporations, who vote red, they going to make sure you punished. And they going to say, go to your boy Joe and get a job. I'm telling you, they're bringing in all these immigrants, these illegal aliens. They're giving them jobs. And they're laying you off. This is why you should be against these migrants coming over the border. Because they'll work for less. They won't complain. They'll work 15 hours a day. And they don't have to look at you. They don't have to talk to you. See, we're in an economy right now to where we're going to be, seen as a useless people. And they're going to make sure we go back to the old days. Because with these new rules and regulations for affirmative action, they're going at the minority scholarships, they're going to be going at the jobs. All these corporations are going to now basically set their job situation up to where they don't want to be seen as a company who's got too many of us working for them. And I'm telling you, it's going to get bad. This is no joke right here. Especially if you work for a private corporation and you have no union. If you don't have a union, they're going to come after you as quick as possible. You're going to be gone and you're going to be replaced by a migrant. I'm telling you this right now. This is serious. 90% of the 267,000 out of 300,000 people, all in America, 90% was black. You better listen to this. You better talk to your family and friends about this. This is a serious situation. It's nothing to be laughed at. They're letting you know they don't want you anymore. You are the past. The migrants are the future. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. I hope you leave a comment in the comment section because this is so very important.